sound of boots hitting pavement in perfect unison, the sight of missiles towering high above armored trucks, the roar of fighter jets painting streaks of smoke across the sky. To most, it looks like a patriotic spectacle, a celebration of national pride. But behind the dazzling display, there is another layer. For China, every military parade is more than pageantry. It's a stage, a showroom, and a global sales pitch worth billions of dollars. Because the tanks that roll past, the drones buzzing overhead, and the missiles gleaming under the spotlight are not just tools of defense. They are also products advertisements aimed at an audience far beyond Beijing's borders. Military parades in China serve multiple audiences at once. On one hand, they reassure citizens of the country's strength. They reinforce the idea that China is powerful, united, and ready to defend itself. But there's another audience: foreign governments, military analysts, and defense buyers. Every broadcast of sleek tanks and missile systems acts as free advertising. The message is subtle but clear. This is what China can build, and this is what you can buy. Unlike many Western countries, where arms exports are discussed in closed boardrooms and defense expos, China turns its national celebrations into global marketing opportunities. On paper, China is not the world's top arms dealer. The United States and Russia still dominate that market. But Beijing has carved out an increasingly powerful niche. Recent estimates suggest that China exports about $3 billion worth of arms annually, reaching more than 50 countries. That's not pocket change. And when you consider that these sales often come with training programs, maintenance contracts, and even political leverage, the true value stretches far beyond the balance sheet. Among the most popular exports are drones, armored vehicles, missile systems, and light weapons. Together, these represent a toolkit for nations seeking modern weapons at a fraction of Western prices. The list of buyers tells its own story. Pakistan is one of China's closest defense partners, co-developing fighter jets like the JF-17 and importing a wide range of missile and naval systems. In Africa, countries such as Nigeria, Tanzania, and Ethiopia have turned to Beijing for armored personnel carriers and small arms. In the Middle East, Chinese drones have become a regular feature of military arsenals. Nations like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and the United Arab Emirates have purchased Chinese UAVs, sometimes deploying them in active conflict zones. Even Latin America is seeing Chinese arms deals. Venezuela, for example, has bought Chinese radar systems and light weaponry. What unites these buyers is not ideology, but opportunity. China offers affordability, fast delivery, and crucially, fewer political restrictions than Western suppliers. If there's one weapon that symbolizes China's rise as an arms exporter, it is the drone. China's Winglong and CH Sears drones look strikingly similar to America's Predator and Reaper drones, but cost significantly less. This has made them attractive to countries that cannot access US technology due to restrictions or alliances. Chinese drones are now in use across Africa and the Middle East, sometimes playing decisive roles in conflicts. They are marketed as good enough solutions, not always the most advanced, but reliable, affordable, and available without political strings attached. And when China showcases these drones in military parades, it is more than a display of power, it's a product launch. Think of China's parade like a global defense expo, except the audience isn't just industry insiders, it's the entire world. Every time a missile rolls by, analysts from dozens of countries pause their screens. Every time jets perform a synchronized maneuver, buyers take notes. And when new technology debuts, it sparks conversations in defense ministries around the globe. After major parades, interest in Chinese military hardware has been known to spike. For Beijing, that makes the spectacle a cost-effective investment, boost domestic morale, and boost arms sales at the same time. Of course, China's growing role in the arms trade has not gone unnoticed. The United States still controls nearly 40% of the global market. Its weapons are highly advanced, battle-tested, and integrated with powerful alliances like NATO, Russia. Historically, the second largest exporter has seen its share decline due to the war in Ukraine and resulting sanctions. This has opened a gap, and China is stepping in. Beijing's weapons may not always match Western systems in sophistication, but they don't need to. They are cheaper, easier to buy, and often come with fewer restrictions. For countries seeking to modernize without being bound by Western political conditions, China's offer is attractive. Critics, however, raise concerns. Some argue that Chinese weapons lack durability and technical refinement. Others point out that drones and missile systems sold by China have been linked to civilian casualties in conflict zones. There are also fears that Beijing's arms sales contribute to instability. By supplying weapons to governments with questionable human rights records or to volatile regions, China risks fueling long-term conflict. But from Beijing's perspective, this criticism is often seen as hypocrisy. After all, Western powers have long profited from arms sales of their own. It's important to see the bigger picture. For China, arms exports are not just about money. They are about influence. When a country buys Chinese drones or missiles, it doesn't just buy hardware, it buys into a relationship. It gains access to Chinese training programs, spare parts, and maintenance contracts. That creates long-term dependency. Over time, these dependencies build political ties. A nation equipped with Chinese weapons may be more likely to align with Beijing in international forums, or at least consider its interests before making decisions. In this way, every parade is not just a sales pitch, it's a statement of global strategy. Looking ahead, China's role in the arms market is expected to grow. New technologies, hypersonic missiles, advanced naval vessels, and artificial intelligence-driven systems are already being teased in parades. If Beijing can refine its products to match or surpass Western quality while maintaining affordability, its share of the global market could expand dramatically. But with expansion comes scrutiny. Each new deal, each new buyer, and each new weapon system will be watched closely. Not only by rivals, but also by allies who may question the balance of global power. So the next time you see tanks rolling in perfect formation, missiles towering against the skyline, and drones buzzing overhead, remember what looks like a patriotic celebration is also a catalog. A catalog worth billions aimed at buyers across continents. China's parades may be wrapped in nationalism, but their message is global. They reveal not just military might, but an expanding marketplace of power. And with every deal signed, Beijing is reshaping the balance of influence in a world where arms are more than weapons, they are currency.